Welcome back, everyone. It's Thomas McClure here at The Authentic Model, and you're tuning in to episode 2 of Be Fucking Authentic. I'm excited to have you join me as we continue our journey to ourselves. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and join me every Monday morning for a dose of realness. And if you missed episode 1, The Authenticity Illusion, take some time after this episode to check it out. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. Today, we're talking about the power of alignment. When we think about authenticity, we often focus on the external, how we present ourselves to the world. But true authenticity starts from within. It's about aligning your heart, your mind, and your soul. Authenticity is when you say and do the things you actually believe. Simon Oliver Sinek. When these 3 aspects of yourself are in sync, something incredible happens. You become a fucking super manifester. You create an environment within yourself and your physical surroundings that allows your dreams to become a reality. I've witnessed this firsthand in my own life. When I would start making decisions out of fear, I would somehow find myself in unfavorable situations or feeling like something was off. But when I would make decisions in alignment with my heart, my soul, and my mind, not out of fear or not out of pressure, I'd find myself in favorable situations, and I felt fully connected to the situation I was in. My life lesson here was not to make decisions out of fear. Although I pride myself in being in tune with my authentic self most of my life, I also recognize that authenticity is a journey inward, which may not have a final destination. After all, I'm still human, full of flaws, feelings, and uncertainty at times. For a long time, I thought that respect meant being seen as an expert in my field, having all the answers and never showing any weakness or vulnerability. And I believed that authenticity meant always being on, always presenting a polished, perfect image to the world. I was thinking about this quote by Michael Jordan the other day. Authenticity is about being true to who you are, even when everyone around you wants you to be someone else. One of the biggest challenges I faced on this journey was learning to embrace vulnerability. As someone who had always prided myself on being strong, independent, and self-reliant, the idea of opening up and sharing my struggles and insecurities felt very uncomfortable. And I was afraid that people would think less of me as a leader. But what I discovered was that vulnerability is actually a tremendous source of strength. When we have the courage to be honest about our fears, our doubts, and our challenges, we create space for genuine connection and growth. We allow others to see us as we really are, and we give them permission to do the same. Here's a quote. Vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up and be seen when we have no control over the outcome. Brené Brown. So how do you start aligning your heart, mind, and soul? The first step is to get clear on your core values and beliefs. This is a crucial step because your values are the foundation upon which you build your life. They guide your decisions, shape your priorities, and give meaning to your actions. Take some time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What are the principles that you hold most dear? What are the qualities that you admire in others and aspire to embody yourself? What brings you joy and fulfillment? What kind of impact do you want to leave on the world? These are big questions, and answering them requires deep introspection and self-reflection. You might find it helpful to write down your thoughts in a journal or discuss them with a friend or mentor. As you explore your values, try to be as specific and concrete as possible. For example, instead of just saying that you value kindness, think about what kindness looks like in action. How do you show kindness to others? How do you want others to show kindness to you? When you have a strong sense of your values, it becomes easier to make decisions and take actions that are in alignment with your authentic self. The second step is to practice mindfulness and self-awareness. Mindfulness is the practice of being present and fully engaged in the current moment without judgment or distraction. When you're mindful, you're able to observe your thoughts, your feelings, and your body. You're able to notice patterns and habits that might be holding you back or causing you stress. Self-awareness is the ability to see yourself clearly and honestly, without the filters of self-deception or denial. When you're self-aware, you're able to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses, your triggers and your blind spots, your values and your priorities. You're able to take responsibility for your actions and their consequences, and to make conscious choices about how you want to show up in the world. To cultivate mindfulness and self-awareness, make it a habit to check in yourself throughout the day. Pay attention to your thoughts, to your feelings, to your body. Notice when you feel in sync with yourself, when you're engaged, energized, and in your flow state. Notice when you feel out of alignment with your stress or with anxiety, or if you feel disconnected. When you catch yourself thinking or acting in ways that don't reflect your true self, take a moment to pause, breathe, and realign yourself with your core values. Ask yourself, is this thought or action aligned with who I want to be? Is it moving me closer to my goals and my dreams, or further away? If the answer is no, choose a different thought or action that is more aligned with your authentic self. The third step is to take inspired action. Once you have clarity on all your values and you're tuned in to your inner guidance, it's time to start taking steps towards your goals and your dreams. This is where the rubber meets the road, where you turn your intentions into reality. Taking inspired action means that you're not just acting out of habit or obligation, but out of a deep sense of purpose and passion. You're not just going through the motions, but you're fully engaged and committed to the process. You're proactively creating the life you want to live. To take inspired action, start by setting clear and specific goals that are aligned with your values and your vision. Break those goals down into smaller, manageable steps that you can take on daily or weekly basis. Then take consistent and persistent action towards those goals, even when you face obstacles or setbacks. Trust that when you act from a place of alignment, the universe will support you and bring you the resources and opportunities that you need to succeed. This doesn't mean that everything will be easy or that you'll never face challenges, but it does mean that you'll have the inner strength and resilience to keep going, even when things get tough. You will fully understand that things will always work out for you in the grander scheme of things. Aligning your heart, mind, and soul is a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires courage, compassion, and commitment, but the rewards are immeasurable: a life of authenticity, purpose, and happiness. Here's a quote: "Authenticity requires vulnerability, transparency, and integrity." Janet Louise Stevenson. Ultimately, aligning your heart, mind, and soul is about learning to trust yourself. It's about having the courage to listen to your inner wisdom, even if it goes against what the world is telling you. It's about being willing to take risk, to be vulnerable, and to show up as your most authentic self, even when it feels scary or uncertain. When you can do this, when you can align your actions with your deepest values and truths, you become unstoppable. You create a life that feels truly fulfilling and meaningful, and you inspire others to do the same. So take a moment and visualize your most authentic self. What does that look like? How do you show up in the world when you're fully aligned with your heart, your mind, and your soul? What kind of impact do you have on those around you? Write down a description of your authentic self and consider one small step you can take today to start embodying that version of yourself. Maybe it's having a difficult conversation with someone you care about, or maybe it's pursuing a new hobby or interest that you've been curious about. Maybe it's taking a few minutes each day just to connect with your own inner wisdom through meditation or journaling. Whatever it is, trust that when you start aligning your actions with your authenticity, the universe will conspire to support you. You'll attract the right people, the right opportunities, and resources to help you create a life that feels truly aligned with your deepest self. And remember, this is a journey. It's not a destination. There is no finish line. There will always be ups and downs, twists and turns, and moments of doubt. But as long as you keep coming back to your own inner truth, as long as you keep showing up as your most authentic self, you will always find your way. So, be brave, be bold, and be fucking authentic. The world needs more of that right now. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Be Fucking Authentic. I hope this conversation has inspired you to start aligning your heart, your mind, and your soul, and living your most authentic life. If you've enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Also, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share your own experiences with alignment and authenticity. What challenges have you faced and what breakthroughs have you had? Your story might be just the inspiration someone else needs to hear. Remember, living authentically is a journey, not a destination. It's a daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we truly are. So please keep showing up, keep being real, and keep shining. Until next time, this is Thomas McClure reminding you to be fucking authentic.